So being 9 o'clock, we'll call this regular meeting of the Houston County Board to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And pick up my papers that fell on the floor. Okay. First item of business is the approval of the agenda. Anything that you have a problem with, want to pull out of consent or make a change to?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda. Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote by roll.
District 1? Oh, he's not here. District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes. Motion approved. Next item is the approval of the previous minutes from the board meeting January 26th.
Make a motion we approve the minutes.
I'll second. Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes. We'll vote by roll.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes. Motion carries. Next item is public comment. I don't see anybody other than, I don't see anybody on there. Is there any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to COVID-19 update from the public health.
And he might not be here today. That's just a standing one that we have. But since this is our new board schedule, that might be why.
Okay.
I talked to him yesterday. I should have reminded him, but yeah, that's fine. I know on just, I'm sure you guys got that email that they conducted their vaccination program on last Friday, I believe it was.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And they vaccinated 111 people. So, and it turned out to work real well. And Heather told me that they learned some things that they're going to do differently next time. So it was a learning experience, but it went very well. And they put John at the front so he could be the bouncer, they called it. So it worked real well. So
And where was it at, Eric?
it was at the community Four Seasons Community Center in Caledonia.
Okay, that's what I thought, but
Yep.
just for me. Good.
Here comes Heather and
If they're here, then they can report.
Heather is here.
yeah, Heather and Don just joined.
Oh, she? Okay. Well, maybe she'd want to speak to what.
Looks like
John's here too.
Oh, there he is.
Yep.
So John, you're here. You got the floor.
Muted. You muted, John.
So if John can't unmute, maybe Heather can talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, I was getting a little late getting on here. I just, a brief update today. We had our first kind of community vaccination clinic last week on Friday, and that seemed to go pretty well. We are utilizing the platform as a way to communicate with individuals who are interested in signing up for the vaccine. There's a variety of ways we can use that information that people fill out. So we're trying to move through that and align with the priorities that MGH has set forth for vaccination priorities right now. That seems to be going well. We're using a scheduling, kind of a scheduling software application to be able to do that. Manually scheduling that many people is simply don't have the staff. We learned from, we learned from that, and hopefully our goal is to have another one this week, pending a shipment of vaccine. And MDH has set some benchmarks as far as the timely getting vaccine out. Trying to in that 72 hour to up to a week window. So we really want to be mindful of that we're getting vaccine out as soon as we can to people that want it, that need it, and utilizing that form. We've also put a version of that JOT form in the newspaper, so individuals that might have technology access issues can fill that out. But we really we strongly encourage them to have an email, even if it's a friend or neighbor or relative, someone that can help facilitate that appointment making process for them. Because following up with 100 people that don't have an email by phone, we don't have the capacity to do that. We don't have the staff. So we're doing our best to work with those that might have challenges, and we're hoping those are outliers and not the norm. And so far that is the case. But we're doing what we can. John, did you want to add anything to that, or if there's any?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
All right. How many times have you heard that in the last many months?
Yeah, that's for sure. And whoever is on 09, I don't know if that's Dewey or not, but they need to mute.
9847. Is that you, John, or is that Dewey? I'm assuming it's Dewey. There should be a mute button on your phone there, Dewey, down on the left-hand corner.
We do just need to know who you are for the record.
Now he's mute.
Okay. Well,
I will add a few things. I was really pleased with how our first larger scale vaccination event went. I say larger scale because it only went a little over 2 hours, because then we ran out of vaccine. But what that demonstrated is that we have the capacity to distribute a significant amount of vaccine if we had it. I think Heather's planning and her staff was exceptional. There were many people at the event who were very thankful and appreciative of what we were doing. So overall, I think it was a great event, and the basis of how we're going to be doing vaccine in the future. It doesn't mean that we won't be doing vaccine ever in the Meyer building. Depending on people with second doses and things, we may have smaller groups, and so those may be done also at the Meyer building. But I think most of our larger scale stuff is going to be done at the Four Seasons. So I think also there's a lot of discussion or a lot of information out there about other options for getting vaccines, either through primary care providers, through some of these state sites that are kind of a moving target. Those are all opportunities for people to get vaccine, and we try really hard to say, look, it makes good sense to get on any list you can, and whenever you have an available vaccine dose, take it. If you're on our list and your primary care provider provides you a dose, take it. It's fine with us. When we get to your name, we'll just move on to the next person. So.
Two questions, John.
Yeah.
First, if a person registered on the county program that you've got out there, do you contact that person or wait until their time comes and then contact? I mean, like, we put in our registration as far as that's concerned, didn't hear anything back. When do you hear back from the county? When it comes towards your time?
Yeah, you would hear back when it comes towards your time. Right now, we've had over 1,600 people complete that. So being able to follow up with everyone, we don't have the manpower to do that. But the various options on the JOT form, excuse me, when you look at age or other, if there's underlying health conditions, other priority categories that were listed on there for individuals to choose from, that is how we narrow down who we send kind of that invitation to, so to speak, for the appointment opportunity. So we have had people contact us and say, we've already received our shot, please take us off the list. And so, going in there and deleting that form, it's really not, that would be more cumbersome than just, we tell them if you've already gotten the shot, just pass on our, appointment opportunity and we'll give that to someone else.
But
yeah,
it's an as your time comes up is when you notify. You prioritize and notify when your time comes up. Okay.
yes.
Right. There isn't a receipt, and we've had some people wonder if, did you actually get it? And because, you could get contacted in a couple of days, or you could get contacted in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. It's hard to know. Based on the priority group that we're working with and based on available vaccine. That's really the bottom line, is available vaccine. So I can understand that people want to be able to confirm that we actually received it. If you click that send button at the end of the JOT form that's on our website, you can assume that we have it.
Sure. Second question. Yesterday I had the Hiawatha Valley meeting, and during the discussion, they talked about prioritizing, who's on the priority list and 1A and all that. And one of the things that was upsetting to them was that although nursing homes and senior citizens and first responders and medical people and whatnot, but group homes are not on the list. Are you aware of that group home residents are not prioritized any place along the line?
They are prioritized, and we have been working with them for a number of weeks, actually.
Okay, so they are prioritized.
They are in priority 1A3, I believe.
Okay, all right.
Yep, they are. Mm-hmm.
Now, Hiawatha works in multiple
closely with all of our group home counties.
Yeah, okay.
Hiawatha works in multiple counties, so each county may be approaching this slightly differently, but we have been working with group homes and group home staff as well.
It was the Winona County people that were upset. So
Yeah.
I'm curious what our status was. Thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you for the update. And I really appreciate Audrey's keeping us informed too.
Oh, yes.
How many days in between shots, John?
There's a window of time with the Moderna vaccine that we're giving. And maybe Heather can chime in. I think it's in the neighborhood of 26 to 30 some days. We kind of shoot for 28. But if you don't hit that exact date, there's kind of a window that Moderna has told us that we need to have people have their second dose by. Pfizer vaccine is a little different, but as you know, we're not giving any Pfizer vaccine in Houston County. Heather, can you add anything to that?
No, that covers it.
Because
Also,
I'm scheduled
for second doses, I'm sorry. What was your question?
The 19th at Gunderson of February, so it wouldn't pay for me to get no doses before then, because I still got to wait 28 days, correct? So
For the second,
Second one.
You're scheduled for your first dose?
yeah, on the 19th of February at Gunderson. So it wouldn't pay for me to try to sneak one in now because I still got to wait 28 days, correct?
Yeah.
Well, and on healthcare, a lot of the healthcare is administering Pfizer. And so if you get your first dose from healthcare and it's Pfizer, you're going to want your second dose to be Pfizer as well. So it just depends. We've told people wherever you start, finish with them.
Yeah.
And we've encouraged people, it's difficult. It's hard to tell people we don't know when we're going to contact you. We don't like giving that answer either. But we kind of tell people, if you have a couple of lists you can get on those lists and take the opportunity that comes up first.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can't be commingling on that vaccine. You got to be either one or the other. So
Yeah, when we schedule somebody, we say, along with accepting this first dose, you have to also accept the fact that there'll be a second dose. And also, for what it's worth, so far the state has automatically sent us the second doses a few weeks after the first doses. So when we say we were to immunize you, it goes in the MIC database system that the state of Minnesota uses for immunization records, and then it knows to send us a second dose at a certain point. So we don't even have to really ask for it. It just shows up. And so we try to keep those doses separate just for second doses. And in fact, the end of last week, we started doing our first group of second doses. So now that's going to be part of our, I guess our regiment each week now is whatever doses we can get for first doses, and then whatever we're getting and whatever is due for second doses as well.
Good.
Thank you.
I should tell you, John, that before you got on, I kind of gave everybody an update too, but I added a new role for you as a bouncer, and
Yeah.
so I thought you should know that. So
Yeah. We found a role that I'm uniquely qualified for and something that apparently I excelled at. So, yeah,
well, laughter is a good medicine. So
it is. It is definitely.
So how many doses do you get at a time?
One dose at a time.
I mean, when you get a shipment in, how many doses are in there?
How many? We've gotten, I think the most we've received is 100 doses. And, we're hoping to get more. But it gives you some context too, as far as there is far greater demand than there is available doses. And so, but as you talk with your constituents, please assure them we're doing everything we can. Once we get it, we want to get it out the door.
Do your doses come directly from like St. Paul, or is it routed through Fillmore County, or how's that work?
They have been coming directly to us now. The first doses came through Fillmore County. So when we first were waiting on the edge of our seat, the first group of doses came to Fillmore County. They kept 50, we took 50, and I went there, I think it was the day before Christmas, and drove it here. So, but we haven't, other than the second doses for that batch, which I also made a trip to Preston for, otherwise everything has come directly to us now, which I'm really grateful for. I think that would be really cumbersome.
That should save a lot of paperwork.
Indeed.
Anything else for John or Heather?
thanks, guys. Keep up the good work.
Good
Thank
job.
Okay, by my clock, it's 1:15, so we don't have our closed session till 10. Shall we move on to the consent agenda?
Yes.
So there's 4 items on the consent agenda.
5, isn't there?
Oh, I made a copy.
We only have 4.
Got 4.
There was an extra thing added, an extra one added.
Oh, shoot, I don't have that one up.
Is that the extra one? Is that the pay equity report?
I think that's it, ain't it?
That is. I made my copy of the wrong one.
Me
Is-
too.
Is Tess on?
I am, commissioners.
On the Ziegler customer support agreement,
Yes.
it's for the generator
Yes,
It seems like we just approved that here a year or two ago, or has it been 3 years already?
it's been 3 years already. So it's coming up in March 2021.
Okay.
Excuse me, March 2021. March 1, 2021 is the beginning of the new period for that.
Is it the same as the last one then, or?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And this is a critical piece of equipment for the facility, including, things go out, it runs the elevator, the systems in the detention center, everything over there, as well as over on this side of the house.
I remember last time there was a fuel issue, there concern or something about that, or?
Well, we have our fuel they run tests. So when you look at this, you'll see that there's different periods of time that they do various test replacement, whether they're testing switches or fuel, etc. But yes, there was, and they since got that all straightened out.
Okay.
Is this a 3-year contract?
It is a 3-year contract that will run through February of 2024.
Okay. I didn't see anything else on that bothered me, so I move to accept the consent agenda as printed.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. Further discussion. Because of the number 1 item on the consent agenda, I am going to abstain from the vote.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Otherwise, we'll vote by roll.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Abstain.
abstaining. District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes,
And then could caller 9847 please state who you are for the record?
Yvonne Krogstad.
Thank you.
So that takes care of the consent agenda, and we've still got 7 minutes until closed session. Now, you want to do the first action item?
Sure. Yes.
We're approving the engineering agreement with Bolton and Mink for the water main loop design and inspection, not to exceed $14,000 for design and $10,950 for construction services. I think that's you, Brian.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. So this professional service agreement with Bolton and Mink, this is going to be for that water main loop design associated with the highway facility project to connect the water main from the end of East South Street to East Washington Street. So we've been working with Bolton and Mink on this. It's been sent on to and reviewed by Sam and Tess. So we've made a few adjustments based on their input. And the agreement with the city, we do not have that in place yet. I'm hoping that the city's attorney will finalize the review on their end. We can come back to the board and get the final paperwork on that cost share next Tuesday. But we do want Bolton and Mink to get going on the water main designs. So they have all the files for this project ready to go. They just need to get this contract in place. So this will be for both the design and the inspection.
This is our percentage of that program or deal?
Nope, this is the total cost for that entire design and inspection for that water main loop. So with agreement with the city, it'd be split 2/3, 1/3, 2/3 county, 1/3 city. So the county cost will, be 18,000, 17,000.
Okay.
Okay.
The holdup from the city, that it isn't over the cost share, is it? There's some other language, isn't there, or something they're reviewing?
Yes, it's been the legal language. So the general terms of the agreement, both the city and county agree upon. It's been, as it's gone through the legal side of things with the legal review and the language in that document, it's been back and forth a couple times. So that's where it's at. It's not the actual cost share.
All right. I make a motion, we approve the agreement with Bolton and Mink.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agreement with Bolton and Mink. Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote by roll.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes, sorry.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes,
I was reading, wasn't paying attention here.
Is it a good book?
No, it's the agenda. The next one should be fairly quick too, shouldn't it, Bob?
Yep, the Selco agreement. It's a minimal change. Carol, you on?
Yeah, I think I outlined it in the agenda request form that when we got their billing, I realized it was higher than the 1.5% that we had discussed approval of. And then she sent me a copy of the contract that showed the other amount. But just because of the fact that we approve our agenda, the appropriation was approved by resolution the first meeting of the year. I just feel that you should approve the change.
The change is $47. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like she said, she wasn't sure how they came up with their number, but it looks like they probably just rounded up to the nearest 100.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I like to do that.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on which end you're on,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really a formality, and I talked to the state auditors about it, and they felt it was best that we actually have that on record.
I'll move for it.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote by roll.
Yep.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes,
I think it's close enough to 10 o'clock
Yeah.
that we can.
9:30 actually.
I only have 9:30.
Yeah,
Now,
it's 9.
never mind, I was going for 9:30, but wishful thinking, I'm afraid.
We're still on old time here because we're starting at 9.
Old is the key word here. Houston County EDA annual report then, Allison.
All right, yes.
Can you do this in 2 minutes?
32 minutes, but that's okay.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock this thing is at? Oh,
Yes.
my God.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
No, I'm not here.
Okay, I'm just actually realizing this is something else, but did Dan Warmager have a request for the agenda that I think I might have missed now that I see you're in the meeting?
Yeah, that's right. But I think it's okay because we can do it next time.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Dan. I just realized I must have forgot to put that on there.
Oh, man.
I am
Okay.
so sorry.
No worries.
I think I have it in the packet, but not on the agenda items. And I saw you in the meeting. And I thought, oh no, that's my
Okay.
fault.
Dan, is that going to give us enough time to work with the WinLAC to wait till next week?
Yeah, so it'd be Tuesday, February 9th.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that should work. Yeah. Okay. Should we shoot for that?
Okay. And you did a wonderful presentation for WinLAC. I really appreciated it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll just leave the meeting then and join next week then.
Well,
Yeah, I am so sorry. That's my
No worries.
fault.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
fine.
I saw that we need to approve it as a county board to go along with the application for the grant for one watershed, one plan.
Yep. Then we'll need a signature from you guys, and then that'll work good, because then the following Thursday there next week, then we need the SWCD board to sign. So yeah, that should work just fine.
Okay.
And you're welcome to stay if you'd like, but you might want to have other things you want to do. But
Half an hour.
Yeah.
Not much left. Not much left.
I'll get back to my paperwork. All right. See you next week then.
Brian is asking.
Yes. Do you want me to try to get a hold of the attorney, see if you can get on here prior to 10?
that'd be nice.
That'd be good.
Okay.
Excuse me, there is a phone number, 507-429-9529. Do you want to state your name, please? Anybody else? We can't hear that. We can't hear you. Could you try that again, please?
Sounded like they were on speakerphone from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move on to the
ED.
EDA report.
Okay. I am so sorry about Dan's thing. That was totally my fault. And I have it in the packet, but not on the agenda.
Yeah, I saw that this morning, and I thought, oh, I wonder if that should have been on there. So I didn't catch it until just before we got on here. So
Sorry. Please forgive me.
That's all right.
Okay, we're okay.
Okay, we'll move on with the 2020 annual report for the Houston County EDA. We try to keep you guys updated on what the EDA is up to throughout the year, but it's always nice to come and just kind of reflect on the entire year and just kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview. So 2020 began as a year of positive momentum for the Houston County EDA and our partners. And then, of course, around March, COVID hit and threw us for a little bit of a loop, but we were really impressed with how resilient, innovative, and adaptive our businesses have been. Our businesses have been really great. I do see Justin, I believe the attorney is on. Do you want to do them first, or do you want me to keep going?
Might as well finish yours and then we can go. Take that one.
So we were really impressed with how resilient our businesses were, and our businesses also have really looked out for each other throughout the pandemic. When we first opened the CARES Act money, a lot of businesses called and said, I have had a loss and I could use the money, but I want to make sure that my neighbors who really, really need it receive it before me. So that was very impressive. And one of our goals at the start of 2020 was to hold more events for our businesses and our students. And again, with COVID-19, that was a little bit more of a challenge, but we feel that we still met our goal. So I'm just going to run through a few economic development highlights. The first one, of course, was administering the Houston County CARES Business Relief Grant. And that was thanks to all of you generously allocating over half of the CARES Act dollars that the county got. We got 255 grant applications, and we awarded 245 eligible applicants. So all applicants that were eligible were awarded, yes. And that was a total of $1,187,166.36. So thank you. We've gotten really good feedback from businesses on that. The next thing I just want to talk about is our, so we have an EDA revolving loan. So if you know of any businesses that are starting expanding, we do have a low interest EDA loan. We always like to give a little reminder about that at the beginning of the year. Usually we do a handful of EDA loans. This year we did one loan, and it was for $30,000 to Seven Rivers Properties LLC. And that was so that the owners of Caddy's Cafe and La Crescent could purchase the building. So that was a great project. We currently have a total active number of loans at 13. And at the end of the year, we had $457,771.06 available to lend. So again, if you know of any businesses that are starting to, or expanding, please direct them to the EDA. Then I also just want to go over a couple more business development things. So we partnered with the Small Business Development Center, and we hosted a webinar for businesses talking about different COVID-19 options to help their business. That was one of our programs. We also partnered with Public Health to do a little information session for businesses with Public Health. And then prior to the pandemic, we held a free Houston County Career Fair in February at the La Crescent Area Event Center. Getting a little background noise, I think, from you, Dewey.
Dewey's in the dump truck. I can hear his backup alarm, and I can hear him dumping his load.
And we had around 30 businesses attend that. So we thought that that was a great success. And then every year we also coordinate a manufacturing week to help our students learn about manufacturers in the area. This year we did that virtually, and over 60 students in the region attended. So that was another neat thing. And then I just have two more initiatives I want to talk about real quick. One is our farming initiative. So we've continued to work on our farming initiative. The goal with that is to get to know farmers, develop plans based on their individual interests and needs, and help them adapt so they can be successful. Two of our big partners with that are Workforce Development and U of M Extension. And one of the things we did this year was close out our $18,000 Smith grant that we've been using for the past 2 years in partnership with Driftless Grown, which is a new initiative to help farmers. So we actually hosted 5 webinars, and we were going to do these in person, but we moved them to online due to COVID, and that actually ended up being a good thing because we were able to record them all. So any farmers that maybe couldn't make it the day of the event have been able to go back and watch them online on our EDA website, and that's HoustonCountyMN.com. And even some of the farmers that were able to attend in person have told me that they've gone back and watched them just for a little refresher. So that's been really nice. Some of the topics included direct marketing for farmers, grant money for farmers, how to maximize funding to grow your business, how to get creative during the pandemic. And we also had an Ask a Lawyer series where we brought in a lawyer and farmers were able to ask her questions. And then the last initiative that we've done a lot of work on this year is the Bluff Country Collaborative. And that's the partnership between the Houston County EDA, Fillmore County EDA, all area public schools, including all of the schools in Houston County, over 50 businesses. And then we also have several partners within that. Southeast Service Cooperative is one of our partners, and they are actually the fiscal host and help get a grant where we have been able to hire 2 Bluff Country Collaborative career navigators, and they've been really wonderful because they're going to the schools, working with students, helping us as economic developers connect the businesses to the schools. They've also been doing a lot of work on Future Forward, which is an online portal where we have all of our businesses that are part of the partnership listed, and they have information about their businesses. So they help set up student internships, speakers in classrooms, they conduct interviews, that sort of thing. And they've been a great addition to our team and the work that we're doing there. So that is some of the things that we're working on in the EDA in a nutshell. Does anyone have any quick questions?
I know you did a good job with the CARES funding. That was really appreciated all over. Next will be our next little project coming up, huh?
Yes, and that opens this Friday. So this Friday we're launching the next grant program, and I'll have an update for you then after that.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's the deadline? What's the deadline on that again? Is that like a 10-day window?
Yeah, I think for the first round, we're going to try to get them back pretty quickly in the first 2 or 3 weeks. we're going to actually discuss the final date at our EDA meeting tomorrow. And then we may broaden it if there's still funds available.
And when in March is the deadline for being done with that?
Done is the middle of March, where we have to do our reporting back to the state. But I don't think it will be an issue getting the money out quickly. I think most businesses know what's coming and they'll hopefully apply right away.
Good.
Ever since we did the lightning round in about 4 days just before Thanksgiving, I'm confident we can get them back very fast, because we got those back in 3 days. So we did good there.
Good.
Keep up the good work.
Yep, good job.
We will.
All right. Well, it's 20 minutes to 10. Can we move back? You said the attorney is online now?
I do not see him on yet.
Okay. Then he's not online yet. So we'll move on to board updates and commissioner reports, I guess. As far as update, we don't have a whole lot of updates to get. There's a few issues as far as outstanding. I know there's one taxpayer that's going to be filing a complaint with regard to their property values. But this is a complaint generated from last year. So he's going to be advised that he can come to the meetings in April with regard to their property values and discuss it then. He's been online with the assessor's office multiple times, explained where he's at, but he's just not happy, and he's not happy that the commissioners haven't helped him out. So
Okay.
we'll be hearing from him probably sooner than later.
Okay.
So with regard to reports, Teresa, we always start with you.
I've only had negotiation meetings and personnel meetings, so I have nothing I can really report today. I did notice this morning we got our notice for the legislative conference on February 18th, and we have to register for it, $75 a person. I have the La Crosse Solid Waste Joint Board meeting that morning, so I'm not going to register, but I hope somebody can and report back.
That for all of us, Teresa?
The legislative conference is a AMC conference.
Yep.
Yeah. That's for all commissioners, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Any that can attend.
Yes. But I'm not going to attend this one. I will do my committee meetings in the afternoon, or policy meetings, but the morning is just a conference with the governor, etc.
Aren't you a chairman, Bob, of one of this, District 9?
I'm on the transportation committee.
But didn't you get voted to be chairman of one of these committees the last time?
No.
No.
I am chairman of the Fillmore Houston County Collaborative.
Okay, that's where it was.
Yes.
Thanks for reminding me.
Well, I knew you got chairman of something, but I didn't know what. I couldn't.
Was that one of those meetings you didn't show up at?
No, I was
It's usually what happens.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Who's next to report?
Well, I can go. I just
District 1's pretty quiet.
I sent out an email this morning from this Minnesota Housing Authority where they Bluff Country HRA got this $55 million grant for first-time home buyers, and so I shared that with all you guys, and this is also shared with the bankers. So just wanted to bring that to light. And I have been in only in negotiations too, as Teresa put it, but
Hours and hours.
yeah. And so, and we got some more coming up here this afternoon and tomorrow
And Thursday.
and Thursday. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel. We'll see, find out by this week. So
Okay. Greg, what do you got?
Oh, not a lot. I guess we had a highway building deal last Friday, and everything's going pretty good on that. As far as being in the budget, we're running real good, I guess, according to the boys. Everything's going as planned. Not too many irons. Everything's working out pretty good. Changed the color on the building a little bit from a galvanized to around the office area. It's going to be brown or a little bit of a brighter color. Make it look a little sharper.
Yeah, that's on the roof part there, Greg. Yep. The instead of going with the galva aluminum on the roof of the short side of the above the office buildings, rooms and stuff, because that's going to be not as high. We thought it would be better to have it colored there on the roof so it doesn't look so. That would kind of wouldn't look good. But the top part, the high shop part, is going to be galva aluminum, and that's the biggest area, and that's cheaper, and plus it does do a better job of holding up too. So, but we got to think about looks too here. So
Well, that's right. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
We want something we're proud of when it's done.
We might need a woman on that decision.
Well, I confer with my wife all the time, so. and I've asked Sheila for some advice, but she says I'm staying out of it. So she doesn't.
So I'll report next. At the Houston County Collaborative Committee meeting last week, a lot of discussions about what's going on with the schools and whatnot in that regard, and programs that they're putting forth as far as diversity and that type of information as far as the students and families. So it's a community aspect rather than just the schools. Yesterday was Hiawatha Valley meeting. That was a couple hours. I got pages of notes from that I'm not going to go through everything. But the gist of it is that one of the things was the COVID shots, the vaccinations, and some of their concerns on that. And then they have, the vast majority of their business is in Winona County, but we work with them in Houston County as well. So it was an interesting meeting for the first one I went to there. Another issue is the Botcher Park program. There's a Boy Scout that wants to have an Eagle Scout project for Botcher Park compared to the fencing of the picnic parking and hiking area. He's going to do a presentation before the board. I don't know when he's going to come, but he's going to, the Houston Boy Scout that wants to do a project at the park. So I anticipate the next couple of meetings we'll have him coming to do a request to the county board. But we do have the money in the budget for that. One question I do have, and this I guess goes to the recycling and waste committee. I know our contract with La Crosse County is coming up. Can we set up a committee of larger committee with people from the community, people from waste businesses, and different people to look at different things that we could do to help be more efficient or reduce cost? I mean, we're going to get some pushback at some point in time from the larger communities and whatnot as far as the cost, and if there's anything that could be done. I'm just wondering if we'd have an opportunity to put together a committee with some of these cities and the townships and maybe the Richards, and I know Jerry Martell is on the HOCA board, as well as having the business in Sparta, the waste management business type thing in Sparta. I'm just asking if we could set something up before our new contract with La Crosse County comes up, see what we could do.
Well, we already had some sort of a committee with Teresa and Greg heading up some of that in the pertaining to the solid waste. But if we wanted to add to that, like you say, for citizens or industry people, is that what you're getting at, Bob?
Municipal participation, citizen participation, and industry participation. When you look at what Winona County does, you look at what Fillmore County does, you look at what they do over in Wisconsin. You know, just if there's anything come out of something like that. Just a
You're
question.
kind of looking for like maybe somebody from like the city council and maybe a township supervisor,
Yeah.
some of those people to put this together so we can get ideas from all different areas. Is that what you're kind of looking for?
That's what I was wondering about, yeah.
I think that should be workable. I don't know why it wouldn't. I guess, how big a group are you considering would you like to have on there?
Well, it depends on how, you know, if we got La Crescent Township, La Crescent Township's the biggest township in the city of Caledonia. Brownsville Township and Hoka Township have pretty good-sized residential areas in their townships. Like I mentioned, Jerry Martell has been pretty beneficial as far as talking to Aaron. And, you know, if we had Richard's Sanitation involved with it, and of course, huh?
Harders.
We have Harders.
Harders, yep.
Ones that serve La Crescent, but just if there's anything that could be done to help streamline or reduce the costs.
Well, are we gonna get into having too many on there if we open it up to all the townships? I mean, or do we want to kind of keep it to the larger townships and the 4 larger cities type of thing? Or what, how far do you want to go?
I was thinking the larger townships, the 2 larger cities, Aaron, 1 or 2 people from the county board, and some people from the industry. I don't think we need to invite every industry person that's involved with it, but if we had a couple, 2 or 3.
I think, yeah, you want to get all those in the same room at the same time. They're competitors, and they may not leave that at the door.
Yeah.
So
8 or 9 people committee just to see what we could do.
I think, no, I can agree with that, you know, get some input because it does affect these people. And I know we're trying to educate as far as separating and doing the things they're supposed to do, but if they know that we're trying to listen to them, it'll sure make it easier for them to take.
Okay.
I think, Bob, as long as you brought it up, maybe you could work out a plan of what you're thinking of as far as involvement, people involved, and come back at another meeting and
I'll put together a package.
Yep. I'd be fine. That'd be okay with me.
Yep.
Yep.
Put together and come back to you next week and see where we can go.
Well, it sure shouldn't. I don't think it's going to hurt nothing. That's for sure.
All righty. Well, we still got 7 minutes to go.
I think our attorney is there.
That is correct. I am.
Yes? Okay. Then we would need a motion to go out of open meeting and into closed session for attorney-client privilege purposes.
I make
So
a
moved.
motion. Okay.
We got
I'll second that.
Second by Eric. Any discussion? I don't know the exact state number, but hearing none, we'll vote by roll.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
All right. So we'll give them a little bit of time to put everybody in the waiting room. So we have reconvened the regular meeting of the Houston County Board. I would ask our attorney, Jason, to give us a synopsis of our closed meeting.
Should we make a motion to reconvene or just?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I make a motion we go back to regular session.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to go back to regular session. When we go into closed session, can't we just recess the regular meeting and then reconvene after the closed session's over? Do we have to formally close it and then restart it?
you would be reconvening your open meeting.
Okay.
I thought that was in the initial motion to close. Any other discussion? Vote by roll.
What is the motion? Just
To reconvene regular session.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
And who made that motion and who seconded it?
I made it. Dewey seconded it, I believe.
So we're back in open session. Now I would ask our attorney to give us a summary of the closed meeting.
Sure. The Houston County Board of Commissioners went into closed session pursuant to the attorney-client privilege to discuss the Mountain Prairie Township versus Houston County et al. Litigation. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss possible means for a settlement as well as an update on the status of the litigation. No motions were made during the meeting. Direction was given to council via consensus for various avenues to explore for settlement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
You too. So, did anybody else have anything to report?
I don't know. Did you have a commissioner's report or no?
No, it's pretty quiet here in the La Crescent area. They're just dealing with La Crosse City right now on sewer, but pretty quiet otherwise.
Okay.
Well, that said, I will ask if there's any public comment. I don't know who all's online here. Any public comment? Is this like a vote? I got to call any public comment 3 times?
Well, we haven't heard from Ivana in a while. I thought maybe she'd like to say something, but
Ron, you got anything? Apparently not.
Okay.
well, I make a motion we adjourn then.
I second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we will vote by roll.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. See you next week, if not before.